So you've come to know my YouTube channel as a place for sports thoughts, a place for wrestling thoughts, which is sports-ish. Um, but in 2019, I want to have my YouTube channel to start reflecting my personal views on just anything. I want my YouTube channel to have a lot more content where you're getting to know me, getting to know the actual real person, not just the sports mind. I'm a lot more than just sports. Um, so while I'll still have some sports here and there, I also want to have videos like this one to kind of give you an idea of the things that I believe in case I do run for office one day, this channel will have a lot of content on there that people can go through and kind of get a sense of me and some of my thoughts and my views on different issues. And one of the things that struck me today and made me want to make a video in support was something that was put out by Ted Cruz. And he was trying to introduce an amendment to the Constitution that will impose term limits on senators and people in the House of Representatives. He wants to limit senators to 2 terms and people in the House to 3 terms. Now, this will be interesting because Ted Cruz is on his second term. So it'll be interesting if he kind of backs up what he says at the end of this term, if he decides to just hang it up or if he tries to run again. But on the premise, I 100% agree with Ted Cruz. I never really understood why the president could be limited to 2 terms, 2 4-year terms, but people in the House of Representatives, people in Congress, they could run seemingly forever. Um, I did some quick research today, and there are 15. So there's 100 U.S. senators, but 15 of them have been in office since 1999. 1999. And 42 senators overall. So that's nearly half. Nearly half of all the senators in the United States have been in office since 2010. That's crazy. That's crazy. That is a lot of time in office. And it's only 8 years, but still, that is a lot of time to spend on the Senate floor, and so many things change. I mean, how can someone represent an entire district if they've been in office since 1999? Their district has changed so much, so many young people. For instance, there are two senators, Chuck Grassley, whatever his name is, and Patrick Leahy. They've been in office since I've been alive. That's that should not happen. I am a 34-year-old man, and these 2 senators have been in office longer than I've been alive. That's crazy. On the U.S. House of Representatives, where there's many more representatives, 200 plus, I can't remember. I think there's like 300 representatives or something like that. There are 42 that have been in office since 2010. Still, that's a lot. Sheila Jackson Lee, who I think people from Houston can kind of understand. She's been in office since I want to say the early 2000s. I think it is high time that people should be limited on how long they spend in office. And I will just share with you this bill that Ted Cruz, or I don't think it's a bill, this amendment that Ted Cruz is trying to pass. He's getting support from Francis Rooney, another Republican in Florida, and it's also being co-sponsored by Marco Rubio of Florida, Mike Lee, and David Pruitt of Georgia. Mike Lee is of Utah. So there are a shit ton of congresswomen that need to support this bill as well. So there are 4 states. 4 states represented in this. So there are a shit ton of other states out there that need to have their congressmen, have their senators emailed and tell them that they support Ted Cruz in his fight to limit terms in Congress. Now, just for some disclaimer, I probably should have mentioned it in the beginning. Um, I voted for Ted Cruz in this most recent election. However, I was fairly close to voting for Beto O'Rourke. Um, I am by trade a Republican, but I feel that my political shifts are leaning more Democrat. I don't really think there is a party for me out there. However, I did vote Republican in this last election. Um, it's My political leanings are very I guess fluid is the right word. But I'm not sharing this video because I am support of Ted Cruz. I'm sharing this video because I think it would be a great piece it would be a great way to amend the Constitution, and I am 100% in support of limiting people in government. You need new blood. And I think the best way to continue to have new blood throughout Congress is to limit terms, and I'm in support. That's pretty much all I have to say. I appreciate you for giving this a watch. My name is Joshua Reese. Feel free to like and share and subscribe to all my ramblings and rumblings as I continue this journey in 2019, which I hope will end up being a very interesting year. So stay tuned.